Welcome to the Best Life Ever Team podcast. I am your host, Prince Raphael Shawan. Tweet is PRS for short, and this is not your ordinary podcast. What's good? So, had to come on here, connect with y'all. So first off, I'm doing this live because I feel like it's necessary. I feel like we have never been formally introduced. Everybody on my page in the world mostly know me as Tweet from Next, the freaky man, topless, gyrating, freaky performer of Next. But there's so many different levels to me and how I got to be where I am. There's so many reasons why I come on and I share positive energy as much as I can. And no reason is more important than the fact that I have experienced great highs in the best way in this life, but I've also experienced some of the lowest lows, deep depression. I've suffered some things in my life. So when I come on here to share all this good positive energy, it's coming from a place of love and understanding, because I get where you're coming from. I've been there before, and I feel like it's important if you go somewhere and it's dangerous and you make your way back, but it's a place that you know some people have to go, you do everything you can to help them navigate that journey as easy as possible. In the world, everybody is so conditioned to just be like me, and takers and competition, drama. Truthfully, all this stuff really just lives on the inside of us. And today, I want to introduce myself, my real self, to you. You're part of my community. You rock with me on my page. Some of you every day, some come in and out. Some of you, it's your first time ever even hearing who I am or knowing who I am. Whether people care who I am or not, I care about who you are. I care about how you feel. I care about how life is affecting you. And I know that pain is real. But suffering is a choice. You don't have to choose to suffer. There is a code, there's a way, there's a process to making everything easier than it would be if you just choose it. I spent many years in depression, outperforming, going around the world, smiling. People around me didn't even know. And I was truly suffering in silence. And I feel like so many people in the world right now are suffering in silence. So many people are out here just painting on a smile, acting as if everything's amazing, but it's not. You don't have to fake, because honestly, the only way to heal yourself is to face it. You don't have to tell people about it, but face it. Life is not here to attack you and make you feel bad. The worst I ever felt in my life was because my mind was controlling my life. When your mind is telling you all this negative information over and over and over, and you start to buy into it, and you do everything that you can to try to make it real. You even tell everybody, you tell them with passion, but is that really what you want to experience? Do you really think that you were born on this planet to just suffer? Nah. No. Nobody's here to be no one's doormat. Nobody's here to be disrespected, walked over, cheated, lied to. No one's here for that. But guess what? No one can lie to you. No one can disrespect you. No one can cheat on you. No one can hurt you without your permission. Stop giving your permission so freely to so many things that hurt you. Take a moment to realize how important you are to you. Who cares what everybody else thinks? How do you feel about you? How do you feel when you look in the mirror? Should I work every day to be more proud of myself? I work every day to not be who I used to be. I used to think that I was a good person, smiling in everybody's faces, but truthfully, you know, I was always in competition with people in my mind and my heart. That was really with myself. I used to tell people all this positive stuff to do, and I wasn't living it. It was like I was a overweight trainer. What good is it to know what to do if you're not using it? If you know what to do something different. Some of you are there right now going through what you're going through and you don't know what to do. My advice to you, if you feel like you don't know what to do, man, just go inside your heart, go inside yourself with your eyes closed and ask yourself, what do you want from me? What do you need from me? How can we live the best possible life experiences? Everybody's out here acting like, you know, it's all about what it looks like. Fuck that. It ain't about what it looks like. It's about what it is. Do you know what depression is? Depression is a state of awareness that has been practiced so much that it's on autopilot in the subconscious mind. And in your conscious mind, you feel like you can't control it, like it's out of control. So you feel like the negative thoughts own you. But truthfully, just like anything, you can have that same energy with good energy, with positive thoughts. Everybody's been through something, but everything that you've been through made you who you are today. So is it really that bad? It showed you how strong you are because you're still here. It showed you that you can make it through anything. Why? Because you made it through 100% of your challenges. You're still here right now. So why are you still worried about what could happen or only thinking about what has happened? Why don't you think about what's happening? What's happening right now? You could do whatever you want with this moment. You could go to bed. You could go pray. You could meditate. You can jump online and gossip and talk shit about people. You can be mad at your ex. You can blame everything on your parents. You could do whatever you want in this moment. But why wouldn't you use this moment for you? Why wouldn't you use this moment to better yourself? You should either, one, be bettering yourself, or two, enjoying what's going on. You are not here to try to control everybody, control everything. You're not here to save everybody. That's why everybody is so stressed out. Depression is real because people who are depressed feel like they don't have control over their lives. Truthfully, none of us have control over our life. It's just some of us are living in faith and some of us are living in fear. That's the real truth. Nobody really knows what the fuck is going on. Nobody knows what they're doing. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know. Sometimes you don't even know how you got where you are. But you don't need to know. There's something taking care of you that's been taking care of you since day one. Since birth, since you got here. You know who makes life difficult for us? Us, humans. You make your life most difficult with this. No one else can make you suffer more than you by what you allow to get into your security system and what you allow to make important to you. If you look at whatever it is that you focus on the most or what you believe in the most, then you will know why your life is the way that it is. Start focusing on things that make you feel better. So many times in my life, I came out and I acted like everything was cool and everything was good, and it wasn't. 1999, my brother Tilo and I lost our sister. And that's how I used to feel in the beginning. I used to feel like, man, we lost our sister. But truthfully, we didn't lose her. I suffered for 10 years to learn this lesson. We didn't lose our sister. We were gifted with the time with our sister. We had our sister for 24 years, and me was a lot less. It was 19 years because I was still a kid. Actually, 21 years because I was still a kid. But our sister didn't leave us. She lived her life, which was the life she had in agreement with God, and then she went non-physical. And instead of us focusing on the amazing life that we shared with her, all the time we spent, we focus on the funeral. We focus on the death. Death happens in one moment. Why do we always reduce the people that we love so much to the death part after they're gone? I think they should be celebrated. They deserve way better than that. They deserve for us to, okay, I get it. Have grief and mourn that they're not in their physical body anymore. I understand that. That's your right. But for the rest of eternity, after you heal from your grief of them going non-physical and you accepting the fact that you won't see them again physically, don't they deserve for you to celebrate them and say, oh, I remember the times when this happened or that happened, or they made me laugh, or I could always count on this person, or they just got on my nerves but kept me on my toes. Like, how come it can't be like that? Why are we taught to use everything against ourselves? Like, everything is a weapon against ourselves. From looking in the mirror, seeing what you don't want to see, to being with people who talk down to you, then you own that and now it becomes a part of your self-talk. Like, why is it like that? What qualifies me to even sit in the seat and say this to you? I qualify me. God qualifies me. My life qualifies me. I've been through so much shit. If you knew what I went through, you would be amazed that I'm sitting here saying what I'm saying. But I'm saying what I'm saying because I realized that I didn't go through things. I grew through things. Those experiences had to happen for me to be sitting here telling you this, because we're all interconnected. So I'm here telling you what I'm telling you because I know that you're in a place right now that you need to hear this. You need to remember that you're not here by mistake. You're here by design. You're here on purpose. You got a purpose. You're here for a reason. Figure it out. It's in your heart. It's the thing that you would do for free. That's why you can't tell it's your purpose. Because you've been doing it since you were a kid. It's that thing. It could be art, talking to people. It could be writing backwards. It could be anything. But at the end of the day, you got that thing that makes you you, and you could do it for a living. You'll be very successful and super happy, and it'll never feel like you're working. Stop complaining about what's going on in your life. Change it and start celebrating what's going on in your life, because you're living on purpose. At this time in life, after the pandemic, because if anybody thinks that this world is the same as it was before the pandemic, you're nuts. This is way different. This is a different wave. Before the pandemic, maybe you could come out here and let your ego lead and do things that you thought you were getting away with. But nah, it's spirit time. If your spirit ain't right, the universe is calling you on it. You think I'm lying? Keep trying to do that BS you used to do and watch to see what happens. Everybody's getting called on whatever they really are. And it's between you and the universe. It ain't about nobody else. That's why I said earlier, it's not about what it looks like. It's about what it is. So stop performing, stop pretending, stop trying to impress people, because they never ever see you how you want them to see you when you're faking it anyway. I promise you, it's impossible. People only see you as your real self, because we're all connected soul to soul. So if somebody's fake, we can feel it. We just don't know. There's something there, but most of us don't know. You just feel something's odd about this person. But the truth is, we know when it's real and we know when it's not. You know if the situation you're in right now, be it personal, business, love, kids, whatever the case may be, you know if it's right and you know if it's real and you know if it's not. But you have a choice. You could either keep suffering and pretending like it's cool, or you can do something about it. And you don't have to go to war with people to change things. If you're going to move away from people and not have them in your life anymore, sometimes you don't even have to tell them, but sometimes you just come to them and you just tell them what it is and be honest. But it doesn't have to be a fight. It doesn't have to be war. It doesn't have to be disrespect. You can just walk away, just be thankful for the time that this person is spending your life and move on. You know why? Because everything is based on self-love, and causing unnecessary beef with people ain't self-love. It's going to bring negative energy to you in your life and your world. Negative creates more negative. And I'm going to tell you how life really works. Life is a radio station. There's 2 radio stations. There's positive FM, negative FM. Whatever one you're attuned to, that's the type of life you live. If you're on positive FM, you can't hear nothing on negative FM. If you're on negative FM, it's impossible to hear anything on positive FM. Think I'm lying? Try it. And you can get stuck on stations, just like you get stuck in life. You turn to negative FM so long, it just feel like that's the only station. But you can change it whenever you want. You can change it. You have to change what you do. You have to change what you say. You have to change who you're around. You have to just change it. But the best person to learn how to be around the most is yourself. Why is it so bad for human beings to be with themselves? I spent years with myself, before next and after next. And in the beginning, it was torture. I hated, I just felt like being by myself was like a punishment. Because when I was a kid, I did experience punishment of being locked in basements and attics with my brother Tilo sometimes. And And sometimes it was just me by myself. And it's crazy, like you never know people's story. You never know how they got to where they are. But that part's not important. You know what's most important? How are they right now? So all those basements I was locked in and addicts and everything that I went through, all the abuse, whatever the case may be, it made me who I am. And I'm stronger than I've ever been. And I don't need no one else to validate that. I could care less what people think about me if it's not going to add to my happiness. Because it's not my business. It's just their opinion. And you know, whether people like me or don't like me doesn't change how I feel about me. I've worked my ass off to love who I am. In the shower, out the shower, when I look in the mirror. You know, those private moments where we all pretend like everything's cool. But when we get alone, we know what it really is. I learned how to love myself in those moments so I can shine when I'm outside. And it doesn't matter who liking my posts, who's following me. It doesn't matter. I got love for everybody, but it don't matter who's following me. As long as I'm following myself, as long as I'm being honest with myself, my only competition is the me I used to be just a moment ago. It's always about getting better. Every time you do something in your life to get better, it's better for the whole of human awareness. Any kids that come here, like if you're a scientist, you create something, those kids get to enjoy that. What the fuck are you adding to this life? Besides complaining about everything that happened in your past, besides complaining about what's happening right now. Who cares about that shit? If it's not helping you, stop focusing on it. Focus on the stuff that can make you be what you're meant to be in this life. You know what that is? Fucking happy. It's real simple. We're here to be happy. We ain't here to prove shit to nobody, really. We're here to be happy. That's the only reason why you're on planet Earth. That's it. And if you don't know that, that's why life is a roller coaster for you. That's why it sucks. You're here to learn how to be happy in every present moment. That's why it's called the fucking present. It's a gift. You're here to enjoy this shit, man. If you got things, people, situations around you in your life that causes you not to enjoy your life, you got work to do. It either has to evolve or you got to get away from it. I don't care what it is, who it is. Every single person. Because if it's meant to be in your life, it'll come back. So if you got to cut ties with something right now to be who you're really meant to be and to move into the life that you're meant to live, then you better do what you got to do. Because suffering and blaming people, has that been working? Suffering and blaming people ain't shit, right? Because it still don't fix your problems. Me complaining about everybody else in my life, in my past, has never fixed anything for me. You know what fixed things for me? Doing something about it right now. Right now, in this moment. I was talking to someone yesterday, and they asked me, like, how do you go out on stage and feel like, just like, I don't care? Because I don't care. I'm only focused on doing what I want to do. I'm focused on doing what my job is. I'm focused on doing what I love. When I get out there on stage and I'm rocking, I love that shit. I love to connect with the audience. I'm not thinking about what people are going to be thinking about every move I make. You got to be like that in life. Whatever you're doing, stop worrying about what the crowd is saying. You know what they say? If you really on point and you focus on your stuff, they say, wow. Wow. Look at him go. Look at her go. That's what they say. Because when you want people to praise you and be after you and all that shit, and you're doing everything for show, that praise don't even feel the same when it hit. But when you being yourself, your real self, and people say what's good to you and show you love, you appreciate it, but you ain't really tripping because you already know you being yourself. You committed. That's all you can be. That's the real representation of you. And you got that in you. But if you're not living that life, that's on you. Stop complaining about everybody and blaming everybody for the life you're living. Stop giving everybody that much control and power over your life. Stop being so reactive. You're not here to be a damn puppet. You're a person. You're a human, a spiritual being having a human experience. You need to take control of your life right now in this moment and forgive everybody in your life right now, in the past, and in the future. And live your life the way you deserve to live it. Focus on what makes you happy. Do what you love so you love what you do, so you love your life. Stop blaming people for a shitty life and start celebrating yourself for the best life, because that's what you deserve. And I'm posting these posts every day online and my story and reels and all that. I post so much shit, I got shadow banned. I got shadow banned for posting stuff about God, for posting stuff about high vibrational energy, because the algorithm on my page, because I'm verified, it expects me to be on here gyrating, ripping my shirt off and all that. So it blocks me from my audience, so I can't speak to everybody every single day because I'm being blocked. But I'm still going to do it. It ain't going to stop me, because the people that need to hear it, that deserve to hear it, is going to hear it. 100%. I mean, if you care about the messages that I'm sending, the energy that I'm putting out, share that shit. Share. It's free. It costs you nothing to share it. If you feel like it's helping you, share it. Because I'm only sharing this because I feel like you shouldn't be suffering unless you really like suffering. Because if you're in pain, I'm praying for you. And I'm praying for your swift healing. But if you're suffering, I'm sending you every message every single day to help you change your mind about suffering, change your awareness with suffering. You don't need to suffer your way through life. That's not why you're here. There's a formula that you can use that can help you enjoy yourself. I can help you with that. I did it on myself. My wife and I do it together. My whole squad does it. We're all on it. It's the High Vibe Tribe. We're talking about high vibe energy, because that's the thing that's going to make you live the life you deserve. Remember, positive FM, negative FM? You know how it feels because you know what you're attuned to the most. Do you feel good the most, or do you feel shitty or combative? Are you ready for war? Like, how's your life? Because if you're ready for war, it's coming. I promise you. If you're ready for I used to be so ready for war. Anybody that crossed my path and they did anything I didn't like. Because my mother was bullied. And I promised myself when I was a kid I'd never be bullied. And bullying is an example of people hurting people. Because we're all created by the same creator. So none of us are trash. None of us are bad. We just use our time in ways that tends to hurt people on the outside like we've once hurt on the inside. The worst things I've ever done to people were done to them when I was living my worst emotional experience on the inside of my life. And we got to start being honest with ourselves about these things. You don't have to suffer. Whatever thoughts that you're thinking that make you feel bad every day, you can change those thoughts. Start writing down what you're grateful for. Start writing down what you're proud of yourself for doing. Start learning how to not be so reactive. And when someone make a decision that you don't like, you don't have to lash out at them. Stop being so quick to be physical with people. That's like uncaged animal behavior. Like we're too evolved for that. Our world is too beautiful. We get to breathe. We get to live. We get to make our own free will choices. Some people don't. If you're in a position in your life and you can make a choice in your life and that choice can become your reality, you definitely are blessed. And you need to really realize that breathing air is a gift. It really is. So if you're sitting somewhere right now and you're complaining about how life is so shitty, I've been sent by you to give you this message and remind you, you better realize what this moment is. This moment is a gift. This is one of the greatest gifts we've ever received. Right now, in this moment, we have life in our body and we can do whatever we want with it. Whatever we want. Whatever we want. Learn how to find love within yourself, and then you'll find love in the world. There's love everywhere. It's not just drama. It's not just horrible energy. I mean, if you're seeing it every day, go somewhere else tomorrow. Don't go where you went today. If it's on social media, go to a different social media platform. Start all over. Your algorithm is showing you negativity. Or start posting, I don't want to see this. I'm not interested. But you get to change your life. You get to make it whatever you want. You're making it whatever you want at a subconscious level right now. But make your life amazing on purpose. Make your inner spiritual self match your outer ego self. Make them come together. Most people live and they never even realize that their ego is leading everything. That's why life is chaos. That's why you're constantly beefing with people and you go places and there's drama everywhere you go and you're tired of being around drama. Well, guess what? Everywhere you go, there you are. So if there's drama everywhere you go, stop manifesting drama. Stop going places expecting drama, because it's not always about just removing people around you. Sometimes it's about removing the old you that's only focused on negative energy to be a you that's seeking out positive experiences. I want to be around people that are happy, laughing, got each other's back, You know what I mean? I'm not looking for a new person to meet to talk shit about. And don't let me get on relationships. Oh my God. I mean, why do people get in relationships? People get in relationships and they first get in a relationship. It's like the person can do no wrong. It's like this person is one step from God. And if you're lucky, you celebrate that, what, for 2 years, 2.5 years, then the representative is gone. The mask is off, and all the insecurities and unhealed energy that you have in you, you can only recognize that in your partner. And then everything goes to shit. And then now you're the same person you used to be raving about, telling everybody about when you first got with them and you're excited and happy. Now you can't wait to tell all this person's business, all their secrets, all how effed up it is. Come on, man. Stop. Relationships, the state of your relationship is a reflection of the energy you got working already on the inside. When I had unhealed energy inside me, I had the worst relationships ever. I'm sure I'm Judas in almost every single relationship that I was in before I got to this point. So bad so the people that may see me saying this may be like, man, get the fuck out of here. Fuck him. Like, nah. Because that was me learning to grow. That's how I got to this point. I thank all those people for being a part of my life. But it's a part of the process. But don't get stuck in your process. Are you ever going to get to the point to where you're living with your spiritual self out front and you're actually enjoying your life, not being reactive, not manifesting situations where you're in relationships with people that you start out loving and then all of a sudden you fucking hate them? You hate that they were even born. You hate everybody that's connected to them. Why? How can you get to that point with people? And why do you continuously pick people like this over and over? Because I know I did. There was a time in my life when I kept picking people that brought that energy out of me. And it wasn't until I actually got that energy out of me that I was able to be in a healthy relationship with my wife. I had to be in a healthy relationship with me first. You got to stop looking for people outside you to save you. You got to stop looking for your better half and look for your other whole. Because if you're whole and your partner's whole and you come together, that's one big whole. Everybody want to be a better half, but if somebody's at 50%, damn, you just 75% as a relationship. What type of bullshit is that? Come 100% whole. So all you have is the best of you to offer to other people. A relationship is not a place where you dump everything that you hate after 2.5 years. A relationship is not the person that you choose to torture for the rest of eternity or until you break apart. A relationship is an extension of you and who you are. It's a mirror. The person that you choose to be with in this world out of 8 billion people is a reflection of who you are and how you feel about you. In that comment, I'm saying exactly what I'm saying. How you see yourself is reflected in the relationships, not just personal love relationship, work relationship, everything. It's all a reflection of how you see yourself. I had to learn how to clear up my vision for myself. You know how I cleared that up? I asked God to give me God's vision of me. How do you see me, God? Let me see myself like that. How do you see the world? Let me see the world like that. Because I got tired of suffering. I got tired of doing things to people and apologizing and saying I'm sorry. I'd rather not do it and deal with myself than to have to say I'm sorry over and over again. I'm sorry gets old. I'm sorry eventually turns on blah, blah, blah. No one cares about that shit. If you keep doing stuff like, I'm sorry, it's nothing. You might as well keep it. But don't be sorry to people. Work on yourself so you can be an example to people of what's possible. Show yourself what's possible. You don't prove anything to any of us. Prove it to yourself. Who are you? Why are you here? What do you plan to do with your life? When you go, what will people think of you? How do you see yourself? How do you want to see yourself? How do you want to see your life? I come on here every day to share good energy with y'all because I truly care about how you feel. But I realized a long time ago, I can't get sad enough to make anybody else feel better. I can't get smart enough to make somebody more intelligent. I can't be spiritual enough to help someone heal themselves from their wounds and their demons. But I can be an example. And I can connect with you if you want to work with me and learn what I do to live the best life ever. And how I can come on here every day with a smile on my face, with love in my heart, because I know what a gift it is to be alive. If you want to feel like that, connect with me. Because there's no reason that no one person in this world should be suffering. And if you're thinking about you're tired of life and you're at the end of your rope and you want to end it all and you just feel like right now, this is it. Fuck it. I've been through everything. Nothing's changing. Shit's gotten worse since the pandemic. Whatever the case may be, whatever story is going on in your mind, just know this. You're here for a great reason. A lot had to go right for you to be here. You're not here by mistake. You're here by design. And that spot that you feel like you're in right now, that's the spot right before all that stuff you've been dreaming about becomes reality. You got to get through this last level. Just got to make it through this point. So the way you make it through this point is by not trying to control everything. Your depression is an example of you wanting to control everything in your life. Let go and let God. Trust God. It's easy to say, I got faith in God, I love God, I trust God, or whatever your higher power is, whatever the name you call him, I believe it's the same energy, but whatever you're calling it, call something, but at the end of the day, have faith and trust that you're right where you need to be at the perfect time, because you are. Stop being afraid to go on and change your thoughts about yourself. You're fucking amazing. You know how many times your heart beat a day? You know how many thoughts you have? Way more than the internet. You're a fucking amazing being here on this planet. And no matter what you're thinking about or no matter what you're going through, it's not enough to give this up. And you'll realize it. I'm sure that anyone that's ever taken their life realized it right after, like, damn, and I was in there. Because you realize that it's not as tough as you think it is. But the mind is so powerful, it can convince you. That's why you got to listen to your heart, because your heart knows the way. The heart will never tell you to take your life, because the heart knows there's always a way for things to work out. Write down 5 things that you're grateful for. Write down 5 things that make you happy. And then go in the mirror and tell yourself, I love you, I appreciate you, I believe in you, for 30 seconds every day when you wake up in the morning for the next 7 days. 14 if you're serious. If you're about that life, do it for a month. But try this. Look in the mirror. Because if you're ready to, like, end it all, you could try this. You got to try everything before you make a choice like that. That's a huge choice. And trust me, the world is much better with you in it. No matter what anybody around you is saying, the world is way better with you here. And I'm not saying it because I'm gassing you. I'm just saying it because, you beat out 300 trillion other cells to be here. So obviously, God and the universe thought that you were important enough to be here. So let this message resonate with you. You have so much more life to live. You don't want death to your whole life. You want death to your old life. You don't want to wake up and feel like you've been feeling tomorrow. So the best way to do that is to just let go. Try your best to try to just think of nothing. Think of the time of your life that you had the most fun you ever had, and put that on a loop in your mind and just keep thinking of that. And just, you know what else you got to do? You got to start saying, I'm thankful, I'm grateful, I'm thankful, I'm grateful. Even if you don't feel it yet. In 2012, I started saying, I'm living the best life ever. I'm living my heaven, and all good energy only. These are things that I was not experiencing. I was even hashtagging, I love my life. I was miserable at that time. I was going through a divorce. Times were very, very tough and sketchy. I was going through a lot. And I still found a way to come online and add that energy because that's the only place I was able to express it. In my personal life, it was terrible. I was suffering. So when I put it out there online, other people were feeling it too. And it came back to me. And I really eventually started living the best life ever. I really started living my heaven. I really started loving my life. And I promised myself when I was at my lowest moment, and I promised God that if I get out of this situation, because notice the words I use, not if God get me out. God gave me life. God gave you life. God gave us all the tools we need to be what we need to be. You got to get yourself out of whatever you're going through. You got yourself in it. Stop expecting somebody to come swing in and save you. You're going to save yourself because you know how. And you're strong enough to do it. And you save yourself by focusing on solutions, not the problem, not people, blame, hate, unforgiveness. All that shit is just hurdles that you put on your clear path to make you feel alive, I guess. I do it sometimes too. I am no different than anybody else. I can come on here as positive as I want to be, and in every single moment I get an opportunity to make a choice. Either I'm going to make a decision that I know is going to bring me more happiness, or I'm going to make a decision that brings me challenge. It's that simple. Nobody graduates from this. No one person has all the fucking answer or the guru of perfectness. Nobody. We're all spiritual energy having a human experience, figuring it out in every single moment. You could be good for 100 years straight and then make one bad choice. You just got to focus on good energy as much as you can. It's not about being perfect. It's just about the progress, the process, the journey. And each moment you make a decision that gets you further along the happiness trail, the path of happiness, good for you, because you'll feel it. And every time you choose something that takes you down the road of negativity, you'll get more lessons. You'll feel it. The type of life that you want to live is dictated by what you're accustomed to experiencing, what you want to experience. You want to be happy? You'll make choices that make you happy. You'll stop complaining about the situations you're in and all that, and you'll do something about it. You either be better in the situation, help the other person be better in the situation by having healthy dialogue and letting them know where you're coming from and how you feel with respect, so you can actually get your things dealt with and fixed. Or you could just remove yourself from the situation altogether. But either way, you hold the cards to your happiness. Nobody else does. Nobody has the remote control to your life unless you give it to them. And if you've given it to people or things, you better take it back. Take it back right now. Because it's time for you to live your life the way you're meant to live your life. You can live your life in a way that's expected of you if you want. Keep showing up socially acceptable if you want to. You know what that means? Showing up how people expect you to show up. Whole puppet. Like, oh, I know if I do this, this person is going to do that. So basically, they got you on a puppet string. They can do whatever they want with you. When you going to do something about that? When you going to start focusing on your life so much that what you do, you're doing it on purpose. You're living your life on purpose. Be around people that celebrate you, that love you, that can't wait for you to show up, hate seeing you go, connect with you when you're not there, got your back, talk good about you when you're not around, offer things to your life. It's on you. Whatever you want to do in this life, it's on you. I'll leave you with this. Happiness is a choice, and it's always an option, and it will always choose you, no matter what. Happiness will never play you out. It'll never turn its back on you. It'll never leave you out in the cold. If you want to be happy, you need to start making choices and decisions that reflect that. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. What you do with it shapes who you are, and it shapes what you experience. If you want a different life, you got to do something different. If you love your life, do more of that. If you're trying to grow and you want to learn what I teach, connect with me. Hit me in DM, or you can hit me up at prs@bestlifeeverteam.com, and me and my team will get up with you, and we can get you started ASAP on living the best life ever. I'm out. Peace and love, y'all. Best life.